I'm Savion Clay, a Goetic who summons devils and angels. I want revenge on my wicked father, Warwick Clay, who's holed up in a demon-filled fortress beneath the red sun. My shadow memento is a portable weather station. I've modified it to be my cage when I use my forte to cage adversaries. It's waiting for my father.
I'm the Cicatrix. Yes, that's the Cicatrix, and only Atrix to my closest pals. I've been to the pale and beyond, both in body and through astral projection. I'm restoring the Order of Honed Thought to glory, and determined to recruit my weaver friend Seru. He's a hard sell, but my argument is sharpened like a fine steel blade.
I'm Inkalia Singale, eater of knowledge, meddler of minds. I don't want to kill you, but I'm happy to rearrange your brain furniture if I deem it necessary. I make objects, like my mask, the haunt of the wood, to help me do that. So if you see me wearing horns, you know someone, maybe even you, is in trouble.
I am Seru, a stoic weaver who splinters into fragments. I craft art and magical implements out of glass and weave together the magic of blood and fire. Even my body is like glass. It shatters and reforms when I'm struck. I am gathering materials to create a perfect magical glass sword.
So welcome everybody. This is The Raven Wants What You Have. It is another episode in a continuing saga that we started earlier this year, detailing the exploits of 4 Vizsla in Satyrine in the world of Invisible Sun. I'm gonna have everybody here, probably starting at that end of the table, introduce themselves.
Hey, I'm Bruce Cordell, and I'm playing Savion Clay. I'm a Goetic. That means I summon demons and angels, and I also cage my adversaries in a weather station cage.
Hello, I'm Darcy Ross. I have been playing the Cicatrix. That's the Cicatrix, not Cicatrix, maybe Atrix to her friends. And I am a stalwart, gallant apostate who travels as a spirit.
Do you want to introduce yourself? No, me. Okay. I'm Shanna Germain. I'm playing Inkalia Singale. I am an established empath of the Order of Makers who eats knowledge, usually just by delicately wiping my hand across a book.
And I'm Sean Reynolds, and I am playing Seru, aka Big Punch, who is a stoic weaver who splinters into fragments.
And I'm Monte Cook, and I will be your GM this evening. So when we, actually before we get into the background, we thought that a great way to kind of ease us into Invisible Sun would be to make sure that everyone is filled up with their proper ephemera. So let's start with an incantation for Savion called The Revealing Gaze of God.
Thank you. All right, this allows me to make something permanently transparent.
And here's an ephemera object for the Cicatrix called Floating Wish.
Ooh, it's a potion that lets me float up in the air and move around a short distance. That's delightful for a whole day.
Here's an ephemera object for Inkalia called Protective Exit.
When I'm in danger and I wish to escape, I can appear somewhere no more than a mile away. I don't control it though.
Oh my gosh.
If you feel the need to escape, you will escape. And how about an incantation for Seru called The Festering Growth of Death?
Sounds appropriate. A laceration on a nearby creature grows teeth and starts biting the nearest being. And if there's nobody nearby, it bites itself.
Oh my god.
Another incantation for Savion called Innocent Stars crowd about the sleepless prince.
I'm just going to try and make something up. No, I should probably see what it does. Butterflies appear and forms around me like an elegant living gown, and I add Bene to my interaction pool.
Oh my goodness.
For the Cicatrix, we have Safety in Mother's Arms.
I envelop a creature in the love of its own mother, and they are rejuvenated, gaining 2 Bene in physicality. That's awesome.
And incantation for Inkalia called Severed Ties of Future Wonders.
I cancel all ongoing magical effects.
Ooh.
And nobody else can cast anything else. I like it.
Seru, you get Find the Cracks in Selfishness.
appropriate for somebody who splinters into fragments. All currency carried by a person I touch instantly transfers to me. So hey, secret
Let me teach you a few things.
And one last one for Savion. The flock scatters at the sound of teeth.
Jeez.
Yeah, this will fill me up. And let's see, these teeth, basically a sound of a horrific creature approaching strikes terror into all nearby beings except for me. And everyone else flees at the sound of the teeth, I guess.
Cicatrix, one last for you. The souls of the things we ignore.
Oh, small inanimate objects around here start attacking anyone in the area, sprouting claws and toothy mouths.
Lots of teeth.
It does continue to say all in the area, I will note.
She has abandoned us but left behind fragments.
Is that me?
For you.
So, I get a vigor shard of the legacy. The shard of glowing golden light fuses with my hand, and I heal a wound and gain some Benny.
It was a vigor shard that you gave
to the
Hendassa.
Hendassa.
Yeah. And one last one for Seru, where nonsense sleeps.
A nearby creature becomes a small toad. They're level 1, can't speak, can't do anything.
You should not have that.
I'm so mean.
And another ephemera object for our maker here, a psychogeic aneagon.
Your mind is protected from mental attacks and madness. That is right.
Too late.
No, I don't want to be a toad.
So a couple of months have passed since the four of you have all gotten together. You've been studying new secrets. Some of you have gained new character arcs. And some important things have happened. Why don't you tell us about Incalia's new ward?
So, as you may know, Incalia was repaying a debt to her best friend and getting her best friend's daughter out of shadow. So she needed to have the Hendassa, the mysterious and sort of slightly scary Hendassa's help to do that. That happened, and now Incalia has embarked on a whole new journey of raising a child, or in this case, raising a ward.
Yeah, cool. Seru, you are continuing on your quest to make a fantastic sword and become a skilled swordsman. And you've learned of the existence of someone that can help you along that path.
Yes, their name is Caron, but they are dead. So I'm going to need to find a way to speak to their ghost.
You're right, or not even sure if it is a ghost. Could just be someone in the Pale.
Could be.
Yeah.
Sarah's not really entirely sure on the difference.
And so Savion, what's Savion been up to? He's got a father in his life again.
Right, and he feels that his whole life up to this point has been consumed by this feeling of revenge, and that revenge never really came, and his father's back. Now he feels like he needs to kind of, put something out there. So his next arc is to aid an organization, and he's chosen Knights of the Name. And Knights of the Name, one of the things they do is just kind of do good things in various areas. So he's just open to doing good things, and also, of course, aiding his friends in their need as well.
And what about the Cicatrix?
It should come as no surprise that the two shadow friends find themselves continuing to follow along similar paths. The Cicatrix has long been, interested in finding the new secret, really seeking more power for herself. And the story we all told in the last season was about, she was starting to learn that it's also, I can be more strong when I help my friends be strong and when I can help others. And so she's been focusing a little more on kind of a growth character arc, trying to find a balance between her own needs and helping others. And so one of the ways she's been doing that is that, there's been more acclaim for the Order of Honed Thought. So she's been trying to help new people not just join the organization to help her out and help the organization, but also to help themselves. So she's I would say she's not mastered it yet, but she's trying.
So the four of you, we open with the four of you having decided to go to the Marquis District in Satyrine. And the reason for this is because in the Marquis District, you'll find a place called the Pale Embassy. And the Pale Embassy is also known as the Dead Embassy. and it is where the basically the government that rules over the Pale Sun has sort of offered up a way for the living to either travel to or communicate with those in the Pale. You already know, even though you've not been there before, that the dead there have quite a bit of bureaucracy, and so you're sort of expecting a day of maybe long lines and lots of forms to fill out. And one of the reasons that you've decided to go there, though, is because one of the services that they offer is that they send messages to people in the Pale from Indigo here in the land of the living. And well, two of you have an immediate need of trying to locate and speak with someone in the Pale. And we already talked about Seru's quest to find Caron, but who are you going to talk to?
So I'm going to talk to my friend and let her know that her daughter is safe and she's no longer in shadow, and relay that information.
Cool, cool. Cicatrix interested in taking on this opportunity?
Of course. However, she didn't leave on particularly good terms with the Pale last time, so she's she's not exactly sure what her standing is, especially when it comes to the bureaucracy of the Pale. So she's wearing when she gears up for it, she's wearing a long veil with a lot of little studded gems on it, just sort of trying to cover any distinguishing features of herself.
But who is it that you want to send a message to?
Oh, why, of course, it's Ori, my girlfriend, who I don't get to see nearly enough because she's still in the Pale.
I live in a ghost house, so I ask any of the ghosts on my way out. I give them a moment to respond. They usually don't, but I say, I'm on my way to the Pale Embassy. Any messages you would like me to deliver?
That's an interesting question.
Yes.
Let's draw a card. So our first sooth card of the day is the Questing Knight, and the Questing Knight is the apprentice of the Visions family, which means if you are part of associated with the Visions, you're unfortunately going to be suffering a penalty at the moment. But it suggests that yes. This is one of the rare times that one of the ghosts in the house actually manifests briefly before you, Savion, and whispers the name of someone that they would like you to communicate with, and that is Adana. And he just says, "Tell Adana I still love her."
Oh, I will do so.
All right, so now all four of you have a reason to go, and these messages are sort of colloquially called deadagrams. So you're all going to send a deadagram. And the Marquis District is sort of where all of the government buildings are in Saturnine. It is lots of stately buildings, lots of structures with wide steps leading up to it and pillars on either side of the doors. Huge statues of famous people in history kind of flank you as you walk down the street, and on every street corner there seems to be some other monument to some event in the past. And the Dead Embassy in some ways fits in with the rest of the Marquis District in that it is a tall, stately building, but there's just sort of an aura of kind of gloom about it. It even though the sun was brightly shining as you walked through the Marquis District, once you arrive here at the Pale Embassy, it's kind of the light becomes dimmer, and there's shadows about. But Cicatrix, you have a new secret.
Oh, I sure do. So I've been spending a lot of time with my friend Thanataris and other folks whose names I will not disclose, learning things. And I have learned the secret sensitivity, which lets me see and hear ghosts which have not manifested intentionally.
Right. And So you see ghosts all the time. Saturnine is filled with ghosts. But you get to the dead embassy and there's nothing.
Whoa.
There's no ghosts at all. And it reminds you that the dead in Saturnine, that's capital D, dead, they are here on by special privilege by the Empress of the Pale. And so they are here, they have physical bodies, they are the dead spirits, but they have either their original physical body or a body that has been procured in other ways. So they are all physical entities, but the Pale Embassy has absolutely no jurisdiction over ghosts, because by definition, ghosts have not moved on to the Pale. Ghosts are dead spirits that have remained in Indigo. So even though we refer to Ori as your ghost girlfriend, that's really sort of not technically true.
Well, actually, I will tell you at length.
Right.
Have you met my neighbor?
We've just been Nevermold.
Nathan
I have been
Nevermold?
Nevermold.
All right. There's a huge black iron gate there in front of the Pale Embassy, leading you into a courtyard. There's a huge stately but gloomy sort of multiple-story building, and the gates are closed. There are two ornately dressed guards, and you can plainly see that they have skeletal visages in their helmets. They are dead. What do you do?
Do we make an appointment? I don't think any of us made an appointment.
Do we need one?
I don't know.
Has anyone done this before?
I look at Seru, and he's the one who got us all together to begin with, right? I say, it's your gig.
I'll just walk up to the guards and say, hey, we need to communicate with someone in the Pale.
The guard's head turns very slowly, and you can kind of hear a bone against bone kind of creaking noise as his head turns toward you. He looks at you. Despite the fact that it looks like it's the skeleton of a man, it's a skeleton of someone who must have been like 7 feet tall, just this enormous man. And he looks at you, and he pulls open the gate, and he says, inside, first door on the left.
I'll step in.
Okay.
I am positively slinking at the back. I am trying to be so small.
Okay.
I go in.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
All
There's no
right.
library here. I'm good.
So you pass through the courtyard and go into the building. Inside this building, there's branching hallways, lots of doors, all of them carefully labeled, and there is a door there on the left, just as you were told, and it just says missives.
I'll try the door.
Okay, you go in. There are about maybe 10 other people in this room, and they're all seated around the perimeter of this room on what look like metal folding chairs that don't look very comfortable. And each one of them has a clipboard, and they're filling out lots of forms. There's a window in one wall in which there is a woman who she has dried, desiccated flesh that covers her face and body. She is clearly dead, but she is nevertheless still wearing what looks like a very beautiful looking dress, and her hair is nothing but a billowing cloud of just jet black smoke. And she looks at you blankly. She looks up at the clock that's on the wall. There are no hands on the clock. And she says nothing as she kind of stares at you.
I'll step up and say, each of us has a missive we need to send to somebody in the Pale. Can we have the forms for that?
You'll need this form, and this one in triplicate, she says, and hands that to you.
Thank you. I'll find
And you see that there's a table with clipboards and pens over in one corner. Do you all gather the materials?
Yes.
Does this count as an inconsequential task that my Starlight Servant could triplicate my tasks for me?
That seems reasonable.
Excellent. I cast my little Starlight Servant, a little humanoid figure with flesh like midnight sky, and it starts scurrying to copy whatever I'm writing on the top sheet of the form.
Excellent. It can sit in the middle chair next to you and copy off of what you're writing. Yeah, his legs dangle over the edge of the chair. Okay. So you're filling out these forms, and during the time it takes you to fill out all these forms, you see, a couple of the people who have arrived there earlier than you. They go up to the window, and they turn in their forms, and they're given more forms.
Oh, geez.
And you're getting the impression you're going to be here for a long time. You're going to be here for hours. And so a lot of this time passes. Not that you are really aware of it, because like I said, the clock on the wall has no hands. But time's passing. A few people have actually finished their business and left. Some new people have come in.
Hope.
But then a figure walks through the room, and all of these people who are sending messages, they're all alive, like you. But another of the dead walks in, and you can tell that it's one of the dead, not because what you can see, because this person, probably male, hard to tell, is swathed head to toe in wrappings, just totally wrapped. But it's really kind of the smell that makes you realize this is one of the dead, and it's the flies that are buzzing around this figure. But this figure kind of comes in, it's clearly got some things in envelopes, goes up to the window and drops them off. And then as its back is to you, the pieces of cloth kind of part, and you see an eye out of the back of this thing's head kind of look at all of you. And then it extends on what seems like a long stalk, and it's looking right at you.
Uh-oh.
What do you do?
Oh gosh, I'm glad I don't have that incantation when I want to escape.
Want to borrow mine?
I try to play it cool. I'm gonna just keep writing my form, and I'm gonna not address it yet. I'm not sure how powerful this thing is, so I'm gonna let it make the first move.
Sort of on the lower part of its back, two more of the strips of cloth kind of part, and another eye peeks out, and now it extends out, and it's also looking at you.
Can we see this?
Yes, you can all see it. And some of the other people filling out forms can see it too, and they're looking strangely, and then they're kind of starting to look at you.
This is fine.
I tear off the veil and I frown at it, and I say, am I needed somewhere?
And then the figure turns around, and it doesn't have any eyes showing in the front.
Thank God.
But it holds up one wrapped hand, and it just kind of goes like this.
Oh no.
And then it walks out.
This?
Mm-hmm. And the smoke-haired woman is kind of looking at you curiously. A few of the other people filling out forms are looking at you, but no one's really taking any actions.
Yeah, I'm continuing to pretend to write on my forms, but I'm quietly casting prescient defense on myself, where I can see incoming strikes before they hit. Nice. That is absolutely worth it.
Okay. Is anyone else going to take any actions?
I probably look utterly unsurprised that we are getting ourselves into another situation because of someone.
I will just actually turn to the cicatrix and say, what was that all about? Seemed really interested in you.
I had an experience with the Pale, you know that. I don't know that it was a mutually beneficial experience or particularly above the ground here.
Well, I'm not surprised.
Did it go through a door?
Yeah, it left. Yeah, it went out the door.
The same door we entered in?
Yeah.
Do you think I should follow?
Did it seem to want you to? Was that the secret symbol? Like, I didn't quite get the inflection of its
I didn't
fingers.
stay long enough to learn the secret symbols, I guess.
I think that's a symbol for wait a minute.
One moment, please.
While I bring back my friends.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep just writing out my form while I'm waiting as I'm talking.
Okay.
I don't want to lose this message.
Okay.
I'm going to take a moment and cast Memory of Moths, and so ephemeral moths start dancing around my head, and I gain some Bene to my intellect pool and a bonus on recalling knowledge.
Okay.
Can I have some Bene?
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
the door opens, another living person comes in, goes and gathers some forms, and then behind them is a figure that is probably a woman, but hard to tell because they are covered kind of head to toe in heavy wrappings and their veils covering their face, long garment that trails down to the floor. It's kind of red and black, and that person also goes up to the window and gets some forms.
Someone we recognize?
No.
Oh, okay.
But we don't recognize the garments,
No.
like as meaning anything. Okay.
Seru, you noticed though that when that person came in, you thought you saw just for the briefest of moments a reaction from like a look of with a start, just the briefest.
Ooh.
And then probably she walked over to the window.
Who had that reaction?
This person who's entirely covered in veils and heavy.
To Seru specifically? We don't know.
Not
To
sure.
someone. Okay.
Might have also been your imagination.
Could be. Probably.
I'm going to draw a new card. It is the Eternal Mountain. It is enhancing green magic as well as the Visions family.
Yes.
I'm going to use my sight on this new person just because the garments look so striking, just to see if I can tell if it's a being, a spirit, a demon.
You think that it's a Vizsla.
Ah, okay. All right.
Seru, why are you looking so glum?
Why was it what?
Why are you looking so glum? Do you...
Oh, this is boring. This reminds me of Shadow.
That's fair. I think I picked up on Seru's notice, like curiously looking at that person. So I'm suspicious, but I'm always suspicious when I'm in here. So, hey, my shadow friend, would you like to go maybe talk to the woman with the smoky hair? She's the one who seems to be kind of in charge, or she's just another.
He's handing out forms.
Yeah.
To what extent? But yes, but why?
Because I think we could use our wily words to perhaps speed things along.
Oh, sure enough. Am I ready? I'm going to try and finish off the form this particular round and head on up.
Okay.
And I will try some persuasion to the effect that we are in quite a hurry because there are important things afoot, and we would really appreciate your kind indulgence if there was any way, if there's any form we could possibly do.
It's a matter of love. It's many
Yes,
matters of love,
yes.
in fact.
And your hair is so striking, by the way. I just wanted to add that in as well.
Okay. Go ahead and make your roll for your persuasion action.
All right. I have 3 in persuasion because of various things, and I will throw in a Bene of interaction into that as well. And heck, why not some sortilege as well?
I would really like it if we got out of here sooner than later.
Makes sense.
Oh.
0.
No!
But my sortilege die is actually an 8.
Okay.
How is that
So that isn't magical flux.
Yes.
And it is one success.
Yeah.
So she sighs heavily, and she says, "Let me see your form." And she stamps it with a rubber stamp. And she says, "All right, just fill it." She gives you one more short form, and she says, "Just fill this out, and that should take care of everything."
Oh, thank you. You're the soul of kindness, so to speak. And my friends? I actually point in my friend, and I say to the cicatrix.
She stamps your form too, kind of reluctantly.
All right.
And it gives you one more short form. You guys are still sitting there. You're watching them
What's
getting
the
their
rivalry
forms
thing?
I know.
fast-tracked.
Well, since
It's a competition.
my rival has succeeded, that means that I have a better chance of succeeding.
Oh,
so I'm
true.
totally going to try this.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I'm gonna go up, and I have 1 in persuasion, and I get +1 since I'm gonna do this too. But is that person still kind of standing in the space too?
No,
In the red and black?
no.
No. Okay.
They're filling out forms.
Okay, they're sitting. Okay, great. So I'm gonna go up, and I'm gonna sort of mimic and say, I was just hearing about how lovely your hair looks, and I was hoping that you could help us as well.
Go ahead and make your roll.
Okay. And I'm enhanced because I'm
Yay.
visions.
Okay, so
that's
what is
3.
your adventure of
Adventure of
3?
3, and I roll a 5.
Okay. She sighs again. Very well. She rubber stamps your form, and then she just looks expectantly at Seru, just assuming that you're also going to come up.
I actually go talk to the other Vizli.
Okay.
Oh.
It's like, hello, friend.
Oh, he's an extrovert.
Definitely a woman's voice says, "You don't know me."
Well, that was just a greeting. I apologize.
There is something familiar about her voice, though.
I'm going to think hard. Do I recognize this
numbers
voice?
I tell you what, I'll give you one guess, and if you guess right, I will tell you.
I think it is our thief friend.
Do you remember her name?
So bad with names. Sean's going to think about that for a moment. Let you talk to the other players.
All right.
We know who it is.
All right. At the same time, however, another door closer to the window opens up as you are filling out your
Frantically.
last form.
Yeah.
And another figure, a dead figure, steps into the room and has a kind of a glaring skeletal visage, and looks like they're wearing some kind of uniform,
Oh, that's a bad sign.
and extends skeletal hands, which keep extending long fingers as they reach for you. What do you do?
You scream. Have a heart attack. I cast. I use prescient defense. I try to dodge out of the way.
Okay.
I automatically succeed on it.
Okay, then you are. This person is trying to grab you, not in a like a do you harm way, but just sort of a hold you by the shoulders kind of way. But you dodge out of the way. Your spell foils that attempt.
And I back up against a wall, and I've got sort of a casting hand ready, and I ask, what do you want?
And that figure now just says, "You're going to have to come with me. We have questions we have to ask you." And he says it in that sort of way that you think that there's more than just a couple of friendly questions to be asked.
Yeah. He sounds pretty confident, though. Oh, goodness.
And the woman behind the window with the smoky hair, she closes a couple of shutters, and all the people filling out forms just go.
I flash the rubber stamp thing, and I look at you. I said, "You're too late. We've been rubber stamped." To the creature with the thing, as if I know what I'm talking about. I don't, clearly. But
I attempt to hide behind the sheet.
You know, that's just such an audacious bluff that why don't you make an interaction action
All right,
to see if that has any effect on him.
I have the venture 3 and 4 with this bene. I will use my second and last sortilege because obviously that was clutch last time.
And you have a +1.
Oh, because she just succeeded.
Yeah.
So I'll have an adventure of 5.
And before you roll, it's a new card. It is the revealing knife.
Ooh.
It is enhancing pale magic, but we're still doing the visions family.
All right.
Cool.
Venture of 5. I roll another 0 for my regular dice, and another 8 for my Sortilege dice. So,
Cheater.
jeez, well,
All right. Well,
Sortilege was made for me personally, I think.
you must have presented yourself with such confidence and authority that it does cause this dead enforcer to kind of pause. But he doesn't have a face, so you can't really see expressions. But he kind of recoils as though his head kind of goes back, like he's confused by what you're doing. What are you guys doing?
I'm momentarily forgetting this person who I think I know their name, but I'm distracted by the Cicatrix's dilemma, and I'm just gonna slip in there really quickly and be like, hey, I don't think you have the proper form to take her anywhere. I'm kind of drawing on my boring shadow life memories of, bureaucracy and that sort of thing. But like, yeah, do you have like a 271-5 form for taking someone away for questioning? I don't see it.
And what happens is there is so this person's uniform has a zipper in the front. And the zipper unzips about halfway down, and another skeletal hand comes out, and it has a form. And the form bears, he holds it up, and the form has a name on it. And what is that name, Darcy?
No. Fine. It is Tanala, and then a symbol you don't recognize. Tnalla.
We have questions, he says.
Well, when you find that person, good luck, but this is the Cicatrix.
And at that point, it lunges again, saying, I have found this person. And so you're going to have to probably make a dodge defense roll.
So
if you don't want to be grabbed.
The thing about that is I have two attacks.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so your spell continues to
So
defend
I
you.
again skitter unceremoniously around the room, knocking over a chair.
And looks very, very frustrated.
Yeah, but I know this is a losing battle.
At that point,
Are we going to make a scene at the Embassy of the Pale? I guess
the
we are.
veiled figure sighs and suddenly raises up her hands that you can see kind of as the sleeves of the long garment that she's wearing, and she casts a quick spell. And all it does is it kind of creates a strange sort of aura of sparkles and lights and flickering bits to the other side of the figure that is grabbing you.
Cool.
And it seems to distract.
Nice.
It seems to distract him. And she just says, I can't believe you're going to foil yet another crime.
Get better crimes.
What would Inkalia like to do?
Well, Inkalia was going to peer into the heart of the person who's just revealed themselves. So we're not going to do that now. But I think that I'm going to cast Ostinato on I found the person, the enforcer, the grabby creature.
Okay.
And I can't remember what they just said. So Ostinato makes them repeat their last.
Oh, right. Okay. So go ahead.
Okay.
What's the venture for?
So it's 4, and I have +1 die.
Okay.
And I'm enhanced.
Okay.
So I get a 6 and a 6.
Okay. So the figure I believe was reaching for you and saying, I have found the person.
Yeah.
And so now, even though Cicatrix has moved away, it continues to say, I have found the person. I have found the person. Just keeps repeating that over and over again due to your spell.
And depletion is check each round.
Okay. Seru.
And it's still reaching for her?
Yeah, I can't do anything else.
That's all it can do. It's just the same thing over and over and over again.
I look to the Cicatrix, like, shall we go?
Yep. So I think we should get out. I'm going to attempt to get out of this room at least.
Okay.
This
There
is
are
a bad
2
room.
exits. There's the one that that most recent figure came through, and then there's the one that you came through.
I turn to Kendon and I say, "Get better crimes," and I motion, and I want to try the door near the window, the one that seems to lead further into the facility, right?
Okay. It is not locked.
Oh my God.
All right, so
In for a penny. In for an orb.
so there is of course a sign on it that says authorized personnel only.
Certainly.
All right, so you go through that door.
I would at least open it. And...
There's just a hallway.
Okay.
Are there any drop boxes or anything that I can see where I'm standing?
There is a, next to the shuttered window, there is a little slot in the wall that just says,
as I'm following,
after hours drop off.
Okay. As I'm following the cicatrix and deeper into the MC of the Pale and our illegal incursion, I'll drop my rubber stamped form off into the
All
box.
right, sounds good.
I'm gonna go after them.
Okay.
Yeah, I also want to drop my stamp thing off, though. 'Cause I'm not coming back here. If we make it out of here alive, I am not coming back.
I have to carry my paper because I'm not done. So I've just got this.
All right. So you still got your forms. So you all go into the authorized personnel only area of this. Roll a depletion on your spell,
thank you.
please.
0. It depletes.
Oh, it depletes. Okay, so as the last
boy.
of the four of you goes through the door, you see that figure stops repeating over and over what he's saying, and is turning now toward you.
Is Kendon following us?
Go.
Kendon is. Kendon pulls off the veils so that you can see. She's this striking, tall woman, very, very long hair, very large glasses, and they currently say 4 in the lenses. They have 4s. And she will also go with you, yes.
Wow.
That was a critical part of my plan that just emerged.
All right. So, but this guy is this guard, this enforcer is turning.
Yeah.
Cicatrix, what are you gonna do?
Oh gosh. Okay. Well, let's see. It's turning. It's not immediately attacking anyone else. I think it really wants me, so I'm going to keep following down the hallway.
Okay.
So what do I see down here?
So, looks like
If
a
I take a couple
hallway with a
steps.
lot of doors. Not all of these are marked, and there's windows on one side. You must be on the edge of the left side of the building. So you see a couple of windows that look out into like what looks like an alleyway, and there's a door at the end of the corridor. And when you are looking around, you look out into the alleyway, and you see what looks like a living human man in the alleyway, just kind of shuffling along. Almost looks like a indigent, like a homeless man. Like a big guy.
Like a big guy. Okay. You're following me, right? You had slipped your thing in out the window.
Are you going out the window?
I would like to find a hiding place.
Oh, okay.
I might check a door to see if there's like broom closets are my favorite.
The first door that you get to seems to be a closet.
Okay. I don't know
There's
how.
some mops and
Okay.
lots of cleaning supplies.
Oh gosh, what can I do here?
What are you guys gonna do while she's looking in closets and?
I'm going to try and capture
It's going to be coming through the door.
Yeah, it's following you through. Yeah, but she was the one that went in first.
Right.
It seems to be intent on her, however,
I'm going to try
because that's the only form it's got.
Right. I'm going
That
to
we know
slam the door and hold the door closed.
Okay.
That'll work too.
Then what I'm going to need you to do, because it's going to immediately try to push it open, is make an action, and that would be modified by physicality if you want to use Benny.
I will spend a physicality Benny, which is here. And so it's just a venture of 1. And I roll 6.
Okay. You are currently holding the door, but you feel like it just barely. Like whatever's on the other side is very strong and is trying to push the door open, but you're holding it for now. And Kali, what are you going to do?
I'm going to say, what am I going to do? I'm going to say, do you have a plan? And I'm going to help Seru hold the door closed for 1 more second longer.
Okay.
There's got to be a form in here.
Kendon says, "What are you people doing here?"
What was your plan?
Yes, can we do that?
And then she stops and she pauses for a moment, and she says, "Oh, you know, maybe you could be of some help. We need to get upstairs."
Let's go.
Okay.
Again,
All right.
here we go.
You know the layout of this
I
place?
see why this is unrequited.
She says there should be a stairway up at the end of the hallway here.
Let's go.
You guys don't mind robbing the ambassador, do you?
We're in for a penny, in for a pound, I say.
As long as we can rob him of the form that has my name on it and my misdeeds, then I can come back here and you'll never have to experience this again.
That is your name.
Well, a name.
I thought it was the Cicatrix. I believed you.
Oh, order of hone shot.
We can fight about it when we're upstairs.
Yeah,
All right.
door.
Well, Kendon will move to the front then and take the lead and go to the door and open it up. You guys are still successfully holding the door, but it is clear that as soon as you let go of the door, this enforcer, this guard is going to come through.
Is it a wooden door, a metal door?
It's a heavy wooden door.
You can go ahead and let it come through, and I'll try and capture it. Hold it in abeyance.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Say what?
Give me the win. All right. Now.
Yep.
Okay, so you let go of the door opens,
All right, I'm going to do a level
his
6.
claws are extended out.
Level 6 effect, trying to cage adversary.
Okay,
Nice.
I get 1 die, 6 sorcery.
okay.
I'm going to do, yeah.
Can I lend you
And
some
then-
sortilege? No,
Yes.
no. Oh, can I do that
No,
for
I don't
this?
know. I actually get a die already, so.
He already has the bonus die.
All right. I can add an extra sorcery, though, to increase my venture, I believe, by at least 1.
Up to 10. You can make it level.
Oh, it is actually my whole, yeah. All right, let's make it level 9, because that's how many sorcery I have.
Thank you.
And here we go. Cage.
So your total venture is
9.
okay.
And I roll an 8 and an 8.
Oh my
Nice.
gosh.
He disappears and appears inside your cage. His little claws scraping at the inside of the weather station.
Okay, close the door again and let's go.
Okay. Yeah.
I make sure to give it the eyes before we start
Anyone-
screaming.
It's glaring at you.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Its third arm is holding up the form up against the bars.
All right.
All right. So you
Yeah.
go
Book
up the
it.
stairs, follow Kendon. All right. So she takes you up the stairs, and then she leads you into what seems like a little side room. There's just a couple of tables in here. Must be like a meeting room or something like that. There's a couple of tables, chairs. There's on one of the tables, there's a bunch of empty water glasses and an empty pitcher of water. The dead probably don't need water very often. And she brings you in and closes the door. And she says, "All right, so here's the thing.
There's a thing.
Down the hallway, there's a locked room. We have to get past, there's a guard there. We have to get past the guard. We have to get through the locked door, and then I get first dibs on what's inside that room."
What do we think's in that room?
I know what I think's in that room. I don't care what you think is in that room.
You scoped this place out. Where are the records kept?
Records? Records would be on the floor above.
Yeah, that's now a part of the plan. We can be very helpful. We've of course shown ourselves to be so.
If you can help get me inside the room I need to get into, I'll help you get into the records room.
I'm here to help my friends. Do crimes, apparently.
While they're talking, can I refresh my sorcery?
Sure.
Because the only other thing I'm
Likewise.
doing is shaking my head in utter disgust at these people who have no morals.
Also refreshing my sorcery.
Okay. All right.
Bureaucracy is an inherently immoral practice, okay, Inkalia? We're doing good here.
I'm less worried about you than.
That's fair.
It's easy, you with your rubber stamp form, to be all preachy about bureaucracy, when some of us are still not done filling these things out.
I think it's really going to matter now.
Touche.
All right. I'd like.
So do people have a plan? Do you have some abilities that are going to help me here?
I'm going to try and find a secret password or passphrase or key from the knowledge of the mind of this entity I just absorbed or
Okay.
So I can ask it a single question. Each time I do so, I have to roll a dice. If I roll a 0, it dies. Wow. But if I don't roll 0, I get the answer if it knows.
Okay.
That's made for
That's
you.
already dead.
That's very true. You're right. You're right. Wow.
So I would like to ask it, is there tell me the most important passphrase to get through the embassy that you know.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
See if I get an extra dice for this or not. Oh, I do, good.
Woo.
Or actually, is this trying to make it actually answer? I try to get the answer. So I guess I have to roll maybe above its level?
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
But then there's a secondary roll to see if it survives.
Okay. So it's level 5. I will add an extra sorcery to make it level 6.
Ooh.
So you have a venture of 6.
Venture of 6, and I roll 5. And
Okay. You tear from its mind that once you sort of clear away the dust and the cobwebs from its mind, you get one single word, which I don't think you don't necessarily know the meaning of, but you think that it is an important passphrase, and it is Doreta.
All right. Let's see what happens to this critter. Oh, 1, not a 0.
All right. It is still trapped inside the cage.
All right.
I say I need one moment, and I cast Peering into Hearts at Kendon, which lets me look at a close being and know their immediate thought, what their current desire or intentions are, or why they are carrying out their current action. Because I need to know that they're not doing something incredibly horrible before I agree to do this thing.
Okay.
And I get +1 die, and I am enhanced still.
Okay.
And it's a level 4, so that's 5. And I roll a 4 and a 2.
Okay. Remind me again your venture.
5.
5. Okay. You know that. So you just get her intent, or you get.
It says I know their immediate thought, their current desire or intentions, or why they are carrying out their current action. So if I get to choose, I would like to know what their intentions are.
Okay, her intentions are. She wants to steal a magical stamp, like another rubber stamp, because where you are. But it is it's a magical one, and it is something that only the ambassador owns. And I don't think you're going to get what she wants to use it for.
I'm going to ask her when I get a chance.
Okay. Just like right then and there?
If I have time, yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to say, tell me why you want the magical stamp. Which hopefully surprises her enough that she'll give me an answer.
That's going to be an interaction.
Okay. So I'm still enhanced, and I have 1 level of persuasion.
Okay.
And I'll use a sortilege. I'll roll a 3 and a 2.
She says, "How do you know?" Oh, you. Now I'm remembering you. You're the rearrange the mind furniture woman.
Or she could be using magic.
That's a nice callback, Sean. Good job. All right, I'm going to draw a new card while you plot in this meeting room. It is the Enticing Jewel. It is enhancing invisible magic, and still Vision's family.
Wow.
I'm thinking that these is a weird shuffle, and so I'm going to shuffle a little bit more. But the Enticing Jewel is a clear reference to the ambassador's stamp.
Absolutely.
So guard, a lock, and
Yes, but of course, you're saying that
Yes.
she says yes, but of course neither one of those is going to be a normal guard or a normal lock,
Right.
considering where we are.
I think we have the means to get past that.
And she motions toward the door. And as she does so, she pulls the veils and the garments back on.
I need about 10 minutes, or is that too long to wait here? It might be, huh?
I don't know that we're going to be safe here for 10 minutes,
All right.
Kendon says.
All right, let's not do that then.
She can lead us to the door.
It's just down
It's
the
right
hall.
there. Let's go.
Okay, you take the lead?
I'll take the lead.
Okay. So the corridor that you see, it turns to the left, and there's a number of doors along the way. They all seem to be offices. And if you go down to the end of the corridor, where it turns, there is only one door that has a guard standing in front of it, wearing the same kind of uniform as the person who tried to grab Cicatrix, the Cicatrix, and is just kind of standing there, arms folded. Has a large kind of ornate pistol in a holster on its side.
As soon as I start to turn the corner to see that, I take a step back and I put the veil back on. I don't really think it'll help, but it can't hurt. So I'm sort of hanging back as soon as I know we're like right about there.
Okay.
Is it? Let's see. Gosh, what can I do? Yeah.
I'm going to just casually walk up to him.
Good. Good.
Okay. So this figure, again, one of the dead, dried, emaciated flesh covering taut against his skull, and he just turns and looks at you with dead eyes, but doesn't seem to be shocked or alarmed to see you.
I hem and haw for a moment. I seem a little startled that he's, dead.
Okay.
I was just putting on a little show of being like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't expect you to look like that. And I'm waiting to see if anyone else is, preparing something. If not, then I'm going to be me.
Oh, prepare something.
I use an ephemera to put beautiful moths to appear around me, so I add 3 bene to my interaction pool, just
Okay.
to whatever extent that will help.
Cool. All right. Savion is surrounded by moths.
I'm quietly around the corner casting Prescient Defense again, but this time using my incantation. If you can listen, you can hear them becoming more. So I'm able to do up to 3 targets. So I do, let's see, gosh, who needs it most?
What is this?
This is automatic success on defense. Okay, on the 3 of us.
Okay.
And then I'm going to keep waiting and watching until I see what someone's going to do.
And Kali, are you going to take an action, or are you going to let Seru?
I'm going to cast psychogenic enneagon. Is that how you say that? My mind is better protected from mental attacks, madness, and effects. I gain +2 to related defense rolls. So
Okay.
I'm going to cast that.
Nice.
Sounds like you're up, Seru.
I ask, is this where we meet the ambassador?
The ambassador is not in.
Oh, but I was told this is where we're supposed to go.
I'm so proud.
You were misinformed.
Who should I... Savion wants to do something.
I walk up and I will say to it, Dorate, medicine. I can use some bene too.
It looks you up and down, and
Butterflies. Butterflies.
and it says, "Very well, come with me."
Oh boy.
All right.
And it starts walking down the hallway.
Away from the door?
Yes.
Oh, crap, all right. All right, I'll go with it for a little while.
All right, so Savion goes with the guard.
Okay. Is it within, like, is it around the corner? Can it see the
It
door?
is. It looks like yes. It is there. It is leading him around yet another corner.
Okay, when they are out of
back to
sight,
you.
let's take a look at the door. And I looked at Ken and it's like, do you have, you know about locks and things. Is this, what's going on?
The sleeves of her garments roll down, exposing her hands again, and she's already got lock picks of various kinds in her hands, and she immediately goes for the door.
Cool. I scurry up.
And she says, if anybody has anything that can cancel magic, now would be a great time to use it.
Counterspell, maybe?
I say, where are the other 3 of you? And then I cast Sever Ties of Future Wonders. You cancel ongoing magical effects. All are automatically and instantly depleted in a medium area within long range. New effects cast from or into that area are canceled before they can achieve any results.
Okay, so that's going to cancel.
Should I
Our
get you
defense
guys
and
back first?
Long range is pretty
It's
far.
pretty
Can we
far.
even get long range out?
Maybe I don't want to do that.
Would you
No,
mind if I
in a
tried a
medium area
counterspell?
in a medium area though, so I can within long range, so I can put
I
it to
see.
Kendall and forward.
You could,
Kendon
yes.
and forward, right? So that's what I want to do. I want to make it so that it just affects Kendon the door and whatever's behind the door.
Okay.
Generally speaking.
All right, roll for that. It's an incantation? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I roll for that.
Yes. It looks like a level 7, and it gives you a bonus die.
And I am still enhanced, right?
Yeah.
Vision?
Yes.
5 and a 6.
Okay. So you think that you have canceled at least one magical effect somewhere, but you're unaware of what?
What do her glasses still have 4s on them?
Her glasses do still have 4s on them, yes.
Ooh.
All right, so Savion, you've gone off with this guard. And he's taking you down a hallway, and it looks like he's headed for a set of stairs that go up both up and down, because you're on sort of the middle floor.
So I said, please let us in there, and he's taking me this way?
You said a passphrase that you did not know the meaning to.
Okay. Huh, well that's kind of interesting. Maybe I should just see where this leads me.
Okay, so you want to follow him?
Yeah.
All right, he's taking you up to the 3rd floor.
Is that the highest floor?
Yes.
All right. You know what? This is a bad idea. I am actually gonna, if I can walk while I'm walking, I would like to do one more refresh. Maybe my second one-action refresh. for my
Okay,
sorcery
you go ahead
point.
and do that.
All right.
I'm going to draw a new card. This is the Angel, the Defender of Notions. So if you are the Notions, that's +1. Actually, it's +2.
Anybody know?
I'm secrets. That's you.
Oh, great.
Thanks.
Great. So Ken's still working on the lock.
Yeah.
Do you guys take any actions?
I was waiting. I'm on guard. Actually, I will draw my sword,
Okay.
and I have the secret that lets me speak to it to enhance it.
Okay.
But it's normally done at the start of combat. Could I do it now in anticipation of combat?
You could do it now, and then if a combat immediately happens, it will take effect. Otherwise, it won't
Okay,
have
then
any
I'll
effect.
just keep the sword out, but not
Okay.
use my secret yet.
Okay.
I activate astral senses. I'm trying to see everything I can, just in case there are other things around here. So that lets me see spirits, astral travelers, and similarly out-of-phase beings.
Okay. So what you see is in the middle of the door, even as Kendon
Yeah.
is working, it is as though an eye is opening in the door. However, as soon as it begins to open, it then just suddenly disperses and fades away. And you think that might have been the effect of Unkali's
Awesome.
magic.
Okay.
Oh, could I see the key?
Yep.
Okay. So you get led up to the 3rd floor.
All right. So I'm actually going to do something sort of risky, but
Okay.
I think
So
I
you're
want
like,
to.
probably on the stairwell at this point.
Yeah. So this is probably the time to do it, because I'm going to have to release the creature that's in the cage while I try and cage this new entity. But I'd like to release the creature that's in the cage on the stairwell, so maybe I'll take a misstep and take a tumble at the very least. That run. All right. So yes,
proud.
I will use 9. We'll have a venture of 9, 10, 11 because of the notions.
Because of
Yes.
the card.
Not bad.
And I get
Okay.
it.
So you will automatically, with a venture of 11, you'll automatically grab the new guard.
Okay.
And so it disappears and appears in your cage,
Yes.
which immediately ejects the other one. I'm going to draw another Soothe card just for fun. So this is the nemesis of notions. That's
The worm turns.
the room turns, yes. So unfortunately, it doesn't fall down the stairs as you were hoping, and instead appears right next to you, claws extended.
No.
And you're going to need to make an immediate dodge defense roll.
All right. I will attempt to do that. Let's see, movements. So I'll have a venture of 1.
Okay.
And I'm out of sortilege, so 5, 6. Wait, well, with a venture of 1.
5 with a venture of 1. All right. So it produces these huge claws, like I said, and it doesn't seem, before it was trying to grab the cicatrix, right? It's gone way past that now.
Okay.
And it seems very, very angry at having been imprisoned and slashes you with these claws, and it inflicts 5 points of damage.
Ouch!
Just reminding you.
Oh, you didn't actually put that on me because I
No.
was foolish.
Right, you did it on yourself.
It's true.
Right.
So I should have said, yes, please, give me that twice. All right, so that's 5 points, so that'll be 1 wound and 2 injuries, and I will neutralize one of those wounds with a physicality.
Okay.
Good.
Can we hear this? Or we can't see it, right?
You probably suddenly hear kind of a scuffle coming from down the corridor. Do you want to take an action?
Do I hear it too?
Yes, you all do.
Then
And Kendon is still busily working on the lock.
I will go scout it out. And because I am near the cicatrix and we have an unrequited bond, I can move away from her
nice.
as a free action. So
Okay.
Nice.
I basically get 2 moves.
Okay. So you look down, you see into the stairwell, and you see your friend Savion engaged in combat with, one of these guards. You can't really tell the difference between the two.
But it looks like one of those grabby types.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to whisper to my sword in the language of metal.
Okay.
Nice.
Like, friend, it is time to strike true, and then I'll let you sleep again.
Cool. And Kalia, did you want to take an action?
I sort of am watching, right now I'm watching Seru to see what happens, and when he pulls out the sword,
Right.
I am going to pull down my mask, for starters, and I'm going to follow him.
Okay. All right. So the two of you, you'll actually have the ability, Nkalia, to get farther down the hall if you want than Seru, because Seru stopped to speak to his sword, or do you want to stick with him?
Well, he went twice as far because of the
Oh, that's
unrequited
true.
bond,
That's
so-
true. Okay, so you just
So
keep
I
up
will
with
stop
him.
and-
Okay,
yeah.
so you guys are actually pretty close to Savion and this
Okay.
guard. What's the cicatrix doing?
I'm nervous leaving Kendon alone to abandon us to our fates. But it seems pretty close, and I think I need to make sure we're doing okay. So I say, Kendon, hurry it up, and we won't sick them loose on you. And then I run off.
Okay, she just kind of grunts, right? Because she's still busily working on this lock,
Okay.
which seems to be a pretty good lock.
Okay.
And so you're also following behind. Okay, so Savion, there you are. You've just been attacked by this thing. Huge gash of claws have just sliced against your chest. You've got a big bloody wound. What do you do?
Now I will try and push it down the stairs.
Okay. So that's an attack roll.
Okay,
So accuracy if you want to use Bene.
I will use 1 level. 9.
Oh.
Wow.
Nice.
Okay. So you you do exactly what you set out to do. You push it down the stairs and it begins to stumble backward. And that's when I am going to introduce a GM shift. And this is going to be something that gives you some despair.
Oh, good.
Because even as this guard goes kind of stumbling down the stairs, coming from above, coming from down from the 3rd floor, there are 2 more figures.
Oh my gosh.
And you think that these are also among the dead, or of the dead. But you see that each one of them is wearing something that looks like a gas mask.
Oh God.
And they're coming down the stairs, and they seem to be kind of moving at a normal pace, but then the guard goes stumbling down, making a lot of noise, and they quickly hasten to come down. And all of you see this. All of you see these new figures. So, Seru, what do you do?
I'm gonna have to, but this thing is basically landing at my feet.
This thing.
The one that is tumbling down the stairs.
No, you're on the
it's
same
further
level.
beyond.
He's pushing him down to level 1.
Okay, then I'm gonna move up to Savion, so he's not
Okay.
outnumbered.
Okay, and you still have time to take an action.
Okay, are these things nearby to me?
Yes.
Do I have any sense if they are beings, creatures, or people?
You think that they are beings, because they're probably dead.
Okay, so a creature spell would not work on them.
Probably not.
Okay. Then,
Creatures usually implies alive.
right. Then I will just be ready with my sword to attack as soon as they're in range.
Okay. And Kalia, what are you going to do?
Sorry,
I'm just not quite ready to, murder somebody who's not done anything to me yet.
I'm going to cast Revanche. If someone causes me injury or wounds, I cast the spell and inflict 1 wound on them.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, I cast that after. I haven't been. It sounds like I don't do that yet. Okay. I am going to. Did you just say that the creature tumbling down us is a person, a creature, or a being?
So all of these things are beings, not
Beings.
creatures.
Okay. Then I don't really have very much that I can do other than stay out of the way at this point.
Okay.
Which
I
I'm going to
act?
do to the best of my ability.
You can.
Okay, this might also be a bad idea, but I feel like the tides have really turned against us. So I'm going to try a thing, because I just think this can't end well. I'm very, very nervous. So I throw myself into the middle of the stairwell where, the two gas masks are coming down and the guys below me, and I take off the veil and I say, stop. I've enchanted them to get in here for my nefarious reasons, and they were trying to turn me in. Let them go. I'm here. I'm Tanala. And then she hums a bit, which must have been that other symbol.
Okay.
So do they believe it? I certainly am Tanala.
You are. But the rest of it's a lie.
Yes,
so-
certainly is.
So,
or is it? The long con.
why don't we see how convincing the cicatrix is in her
Yeah,
throwing
desperation.
herself onto this situation, this live grenade, so to speak.
Oh, goodness. So I am trying to think of what I have. I have some deception, surely.
Yes, deception would be the skill, interaction would be the pool.
Yeah, I have a bunch of persuasion. I actually don't have, so the persuasion might be let them go, but I don't actually have the deception part. So,
Okay, so let's see if they believe the deception.
Perfect. So I'm going to spend, I think I can only spend 1 interaction still. I don't think I have that secret.
Okay.
I will spend a sortilege die.
Okay.
And what's the spell card that we're under?
Let's draw a new one. This is the Adept. Adept means I play another card. So we are on the Defender of Visions. So it's +2 for Visions. It is the Messiah card.
Cool. Not helping me out, but that's okay.
You're a Messiah.
Yeah, we'll try. And you're around, right? You're nearby?
Yes.
Because you've just drawn your sword, so I get 1 more.
And Kalia just asked if you had hidden knowledge.
I do, and I would love to use it. I've been planning to use it this whole time. Thank you. All right, I will spend 1 hidden knowledge, 1 from Seru, a Bene, and that's it.
Okay,
So-
venture of 3.
Oh, wow. A 9 and a 4.
Nice.
Okay. So these two gas masked beings.
Yeah.
They look at you. The one tumbling down the stairs just kind of can't really
Process.
anything, right? Exactly. But they look at you, and they seem to kind of stop, and they eerily just sort of look at each other silently, as though they're somehow communicating or something, and then they each reach out with long kind of skeletal hands, not the scary claw things, but they just with hands toward you.
I let it happen.
Is anyone else going to take an action? They actually seem to be reacting to the cicatrix as though they believe her story.
I'm gonna try to like flick my fingers if the rest of you aren't rapidly going about your business elsewhere.
I would like to cast a spell to enhance myself with physicality. Just kind of invigorate my blood, weaving together fire and blood.
Okay.
Because I'm a little messed up.
Sorry.
I'm so torn.
But if they start pulling her away, I'm going to be ready to move. Can try
Yeah,
to
I-
Looks like they're going to grab. I mean, it looks like what their intent is, but they have not yet done it.
I have very little I can do to help this situation.
Carry out the plan.
And they're not speaking, right?
No, they're not saying anything.
I think that I'm gonna have to sort of put myself physically between them and her.
Okay.
What am I doing?
All right.
Okay.
So you step forward,
Yeah.
and you're going to try to prevent them from grabbing her.
I am. I think that the fact that there is some sacrifice being made has made me feel obligated to step in.
Okay. So this is sort of basically a movement-based action that you're basically trying to move into their way,
Okay.
right, and trying to foil them from getting at the cicatrix.
Okay.
So I'm going to need you to make that an action.
So I will spend 2. I have expensive endeavors, so I can spend up to 3. But I
Okay.
only have 2, and I am enhanced by 2 currently, right? Some visions?
You are Visions family? Yes.
And I roll a 4.
Okay.
So that's a venture of 4 and a 4.
Okay. So you are right now preventing them from. You're on the stairs. You're just kind of in the way, making yourself in the way. They're not trying to do anything to you. They're just trying to get past you.
Okay.
And right now, at least for this brief moment, they are unable to. Savion, what are you doing during all of this?
I'm pulling out a pistol, and I'm training it on the creature that I pushed down the stairs, getting ready to shoot it if it comes up.
Okay. All right. Well, eventually it does catch itself, and it is going to start coming up the stairs.
All right.
You can get a shot off before it gets to you, if that's what you want to do. A fired pistol, of course, will
Be very loud.
echo throughout this
Yeah.
stairwell. And
I think that as I'm holding it, and I do not, I just hold it on it.
okay. And
Does it keep advancing?
yes.
All right. Well, that was a very weak threat, wasn't it?
All right. So it's going to come up and make an attack against you.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, I will shoot it before it does that.
Okay.
Bang, 6. With
no
a
venture?
one accuracy with
Okay.
venture, yeah.
So you shoot it, and well,
4. It's a level 4, so
it's
4
level
points.
4. So actually, it's a venture of 5.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. So and it, how much damage does your pistol do?
I assume 4 points.
Okay. All right. So you shoot this guard, and it staggers back, but that isn't an. It clearly hurt. I mean, it's very significant, but it's still clutching the sort of empty hole that just sort of a cloud of dust comes out of as you shoot it. It slashes at you nevertheless.
All right. I will try and dodge. Movement. So I have 1 venture of 1. I roll a 9 on that one.
Okay.
Nice.
You easily move out of the way. I think, Seru, we're back to your action.
Well, it seems like we're
things have just
attacking,
gone off
so
the rails
I'm going
here.
to stab the one that he shot.
Okay. So that means that basically you guys are on the stairway down and focused on the stairway down, and the other two of you are more focused on the stairway going up, because
Yeah.
that's where the
Masks.
gas mask. Okay.
This is a level 2 weapon. It's enhanced to level 3 because of my secret.
Okay.
And I have a level in medium blades, so this is a venture of 4.
Okay.
And I roll a 7.
Okay. You slash it for how much damage?
It does 4 points.
Okay, your sword slashes against this poor guard, and
feel bad.
that knocks him back down the stairs, only this time it does not look like he is going to get up from this one.
Yeah.
He just goes tumbling down the stairs. But of course, because he's dead, he does so bloodlessly.
Like a rag doll.
And yes, he's just a limp ragdoll falling down the stairs.
I could heal you if you weren't dead.
And so in Kalia, these two figures that you are preventing from coming down the stairs, they try one more time to just kind of push past you.
Okay.
So
I
you're
need
going to
to-
need to make an action again.
Okay, I am out of movement, so I just have the 2 enhance,
Okay.
and I roll a 5.
Okay. This time, they seem to be working more in concert with each other, and they push past you. But once they're past you, they seem to be utterly unconcerned with you at all, and still moving toward the cicatrix. Who does what?
Goodness. Pear-shaped.
They're kind of making, they don't speak, but they kind of, when they get close, you can kind of hear this kind of droning sound coming from them.
Okay. These, I'm surprised at how easily the guards went down. I'm nervous. I've never seen these things before, have I? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna tell the folks, go get on with your business now that I'm not controlling you to help me infiltrate. Perhaps I will see you after I've been, served my time.
So you're letting yourself, okay, so they then, each one of them grabs
Yeah.
an arm. They each now have one of Cicatrix's arms. And so the one down the stairs is not getting up. He's not doing anything. They don't seem to be super concerned about that.
Yeah.
They seem to be really focused
Yeah.
on you now. And so does anyone want to take another action
I'd
before
say
they start
Savion.
pulling her back up to level 3?
Cage Atrix.
I am out of sorcery.
That's such a good idea, though. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna run back up to Kendon, because if we have a
Okay.
chance of getting out,
So
I
you
know
run- you run-
I know I gotta run by all those, right?
No.
Oh, because they already passed me.
Well,
Yeah.
they don't care. They don't
Okay.
care about you. They're
Okay.
only focused on the Cicatrix.
I want to run back to Kendon and find out if we have an exit that way.
All right, as soon as you round the corner, you don't see her at
Is the
all.
door still closed?
The door is hanging open.
Okay. I'm gonna say, doors open. Let's go.
Let's go.
And I'm gonna yell at all of these guys.
Yeah, let's get a rubber stamp.
Okay. So these two masked figures begin pulling
Yep.
Cicatrix
Well,
up the stairs.
So they're taking you to the 3rd floor at this point.
I'll try and delay them a little bit.
How
while
do you do
guys-
that?
I'm going to try and talk to them at first, and if that's not doing anything, I'm going to try and slip past them. First, I'm going to be like, listen, I have something very important to tell you. Yes, there was some sort of enchantment, but I have something even more important that I must tell you. Just pause for a moment. Something like that.
Okay.
All right, and I have the persuasion of 3, and I have a
You've
lot
got
of
that
interaction.
butterflies.
Yeah. So
And I'm going to draw a new card. This is the Weeping Priest.
Oh, jeez.
And the Weeping Priest is the apprentice of secrets, which is bad, which is diminishing secrets.
Oh, yeah. Checks out.
And that is going to remain in play until we
rest
get
of
all
the
the way
session.
around.
no. And so that will be a venture of 4 and a 7.
They don't seem to be paying really any attention to you. They're just too focused on this new mission.
All right.
As they start to turn and pull her away.
Right.
So when they are facing away from me, I'm going to use reduction
Okay.
and like grab onto her like the leg of her pant
How small do you get?
I am 4 inches tall. So basically all my glassy parts just kind of shatter and fall away, leaving a tiny little version of me, and I kind of go,
Tiny little Seru, and you grab her around like the ankle or something.
yes.
Oh my god.
You kick it off.
Yeah, do you resist this, or are you gonna let him go?
Trying to speak to the air. What a bad idea this is. What a bad idea this is. But I'll let him, that's what he wants to do.
That's what I'm doing.
Keep him off.
Okay, well, these two figures are not paying any
Right.
attention to Seru, so they are now taking the two of you up the stairwell. In Kalia.
Do I get a sense of anybody coming down to where? Like,
No.
No. All right. So I'm gonna.
They're all still doing their own thing.
Oh boy. I'm gonna go to the door and peer in.
Okay.
What do I see?
You see what looks like a large, well-appointed office. Thick, unlike the rest of this place, which has been very drab and whatnot. Here, there's nice oak paneling and a beautiful wooden desk with very neatly arranged papers and whatnot on it. You see that the drawers are all open. Kind of hanging open. The place looks a little rifled a little bit, and you do not see Kendon anywhere.
She is just. All right. But I do remember that you said that the paperwork's on the 3rd floor that you needed. So I don't care about Kendon at this point, and I don't care about the magical stamp, unless we. No, because I didn't know why she wanted it, so it's not going to help her. So I'm gonna run back the other way.
Okay.
And I'm gonna Riven, you are. I'm sorry, I just called you Riven. Savion, you are.
I was
on
just
the
basically
stairs?
like trying to hold these creatures back to delay them long enough for maybe you to find something of importance. So
Okay.
I don't know if that's working at all.
So I'm gonna just try to get back up there with those guys.
Okay.
I'm assuming that'll
So
take
you're
the whole
actually now
round.
going to try to physically keep them?
Yes, I know. Hold on.
Okay. That is going to require an attack roll. They're not going to just let you grab them.
Sure.
So you're only going to be able to grab one.
I rolled 2.
Okay. They just easily shift out of your grasp and now are halfway up to level 3 with Cicatrix and apparently Seru.
Oh my gosh. I don't know what's on level 3, so who knows? Maybe it's a birthday party or something.
Can I, while I'm being held, can I project my astral body out? Like I'm just.
Yes.
It doesn't say I have to be stationary.
No, but you
Like
will
I'm being
just,
held.
You'll
Yeah,
go
I'll
limp.
go limp.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
So I'm going to send out my spirit form up to a very long distance and look around. So I'm going to be basically scooting up the stairs and trying to dodge through doors and things to try to find the records room where I think my file might be.
Okay, so your astral form goes up to level 3, and there are basically 2 doors up at the top of the stairs, and both of them are labeled. One of them says records. One of them says processing and transition.
Transition.
Oh no. Ooh. I let my. Do I see guards as I'm going?
No, there aren't any guards at the top of the stairs. You think
Okay.
you might be dealing with the guards that were at the top of the stairs.
Checks out. I snap back into my body, and again, as though talking to the air, or perhaps Sarah, who's very visible behind me. Gosh.
And you have caught up with Seru, with Savion.
Savion, yeah.
So I know a little bit about the Pale because I talked to Ori about it, right? So
Well, and you were there.
I was very much there. Do I think I'm trying to get them off my back, right? Do I think this is an error that would be reported in processing and transition, or do I think it would be just straight up records of how I've screwed over the embassy?
So you.
If I wanted to strike that data point from there.
That's almost certainly in the records. The records area, but you're pretty sure they're taking you to processing and
absolutely.
transition.
Okay, cool. Yes.
Transition.
Yeah, it's not a nice one from what I've heard. Okay.
Seru, what are you doing as you're
I'll tell you
hanging on to the cicatrix's leg?
I'm going to use most of the rest of my sorcery, and I'm going to put a warming vitality spell into the cicatrix and add 3 bene to her physicality, because I'm expecting we need to kind of fight or burst our way out of something. Plus 3 bene to physicality.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'll take it.
And what are you going to do now? You and Savion are behind these guys. They're almost to the top of the stairs at this point. With you probably see the cicatrix kind of go limp just for a second, and then.
And we've seen that before, right? So we know what she's doing. Okay. I'm gonna connect with Savion and be like, "What's our plan here? What do we have?"
I say, I have no idea. I say, let's kill these guards.
I don't really have the ability to kill a thing. It's not my, that's not in my, I think our killer is little. I can protect you, and I can put someone to sleep, which doesn't seem like a good choice at this point.
Okay, they have reached the top of the stairs. And
She's still limp in their arms?
No,
All right,
No,
I thought
she's not limp anymore.
Oh, okay.
She just kind of slumped for a second, and
she's back. Oh,
and
okay.
she's back. And so one of them still has cicatrix by your left arm. The other one is opening up the
All right,
door
I
to
shoot that one.
processing.
Okay.
That's the one I shoot.
You shoot.
Yeah, the one who's opening the door.
Okay. Go
gosh.
ahead and make your attack roll.
All right.
I keep thinking we're being so bloody, but they're all dead.
One
Still not nice, I
One
suppose.
accuracy. No, I just shoot 2. I roll a 2.
Okay, so you fire your pistol. The sound echoes once again. You start to hear noises of activity below you at
right,
this
good.
point, and you don't hit anything, or at least not anything significant with your shot. Other actions.
Yeah, I want to peer into the heart of the closest one to me, and figure out what their current intention is.
Okay.
So that's 4 plus 1 die, and I'm not enhanced, and I roll a 9 and a 9.
Wow. Okay. So the one that's holding her, or the one that's opening the door?
The one that is holding her. I
Okay.
feel like I'm-
So you get 2 pieces of information. One is that the thing that you have just cast a spell on isn't really actually a singular being, but it's a number of beings. You're not really sure what that nature is. And the other thing is that their intention is they have just apprehended a criminal who unlawfully escaped from the Pale once before, and she is one of the people on their long list of escapees that they have been hunting.
And their intention is to.
Take her back to the Pale,
Okay,
where she belongs.
got it. I will say that aloud if I have a chance.
Okay.
So that everyone, I'm sure the cicatrix knows this already. So I'm not really talking
yes.
to her at this point, but everyone else should know this so that we can get her out.
It would be a shame if something happened to that list.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
What is the cicatrix going to do at this point?
I'm going to. I don't think I can do anything about these guys, so I'm just going to take an action to refresh my sorcery. I'm just
Okay.
going to take a deep breath and try to prepare for what's about to happen.
Okay. So, Savion, the one that you shot at this point turns toward you. You finally have gained its attention. And it seems to open up, you see it's got like a gas mask like thing, and there, the part that protrudes from it opens up like a little door in the sort of gas mask part of it, and moths start pouring out of this. Except as you can see, they're all like fluttering, and their wings are damaged, and they look like they're just like little husks of moths. These are dead moths. that fill this thing, and they are swarming down at you.
All right.
And so as they come around, they're swarming around your head. You need to make a withstand defense roll.
Okay. I will make that. 3.
Okay. These things, they're getting in your eyes. They're choking you. You take 2 points of damage from this. As some of them are actually literally flying into your mouth and choking you, but you also right now cannot see, and you're not really sure of anything that's going on around you.
Okay.
You're just swarmed by these moths.
Doesn't he have the prescient defense spell on him? or
Nope.
is that just
No.
that?
It's the rest of you that have
Oh,
that.
that's right.
I know it.
I'll use the physicality to get rid of another wound,
Okay.
but then I will take a wound, I think, as well. Because I already had 2 damage. I take 2.
Oh, I see.
And
Yes.
then, unless I can, then I probably can't do the 3rd one. Yeah.
So, Seru, what do you do?
I'm going to refresh my sorcery.
Okay. And Kalia, what do you do?
Do I sense that he can't see?
It seems
Those
really
moths?
obvious, right?
All
There are dead moths flying all around his head.
I'm gonna grab his arm if he lets me and bring him toward the other the records side of this place, right? Because the other door says records,
Right.
something, and I'm gonna assume that we can go in there and find it. So I'm gonna kind of lead him toward that door and test the door if I'm close enough.
Okay. The door is not locked.
Okay.
And you're pulling Savion with you. The moths are staying with Savion.
Okay.
Okay. So the 2 of you go off into the records room. You, however, are well. So the guy who unleashed the moths did open the door, and so the other one is now taking you into processing.
Am I able to cast a spell as on my way out?
Sure.
Counterspell on the moths.
Nice.
Do I know? Is it level 1 or 2? No, it's probably higher than that.
Probably.
Dang. Oh, but I can up the cost. I can up the level. I don't know what kind of. All right. It's 1 sorcery per level to bump it up. Oh no, it's not. I can't do that yet. I'm not that good. In the future.
Okay.
Okay. Good luck.
Do you want to take an action? Or are you willing to be just dragged into processing?
Almost certainly, I want to take an action. Yeah, I would like to start with Memory Spew, an old
Nice.
favorite.
Okay.
Yep. So the one, so there's just one main one holding me right now, or they both are.
No, the one that unleashed the moths is just kind of, his body is just kind of standing stock
Cool.
still right now.
Yeah, he's not.
And the other one, do they have purchase on me?
The other one is
Yeah.
holding your left arm.
Lovely. Touch. So I'm going to make a person use an action to cough up a bowl of
He's
gelatinous
unfortunately
substance.
not a person.
He's not a person. Ooh. Okay. Touch. Touch, touch, touch. Darn it. Okay. I'd like to try to slither out then.
Okay.
Just see if I can physically break the grip, which is not my strong suit, but certainly worth trying.
Do you want to try to slip out, or do you want to try to pull out with brute force?
I think I want to try to, with the physicality maybe, that
Okay.
I've been boosted with all
That
my
is
blood
true.
flowing from Seru. I'll try to brute force it.
Okay. Go ahead and make your action.
Okay. Let's see. Do I want to spend a little sortilege on this? Probably, because I'm also diminished still, thanks to that guy.
Correct.
So I'm going to spend a bene.
In
So
fact, I'm going
venture.
to give you a new card here that is going to enhance secrets.
Hey,
So
there
those,
we go.
Those 2 will cancel out. It is the
Awesome.
Crowded Tomb. It is enhancing pale magic.
Darn it.
Crowded
Okay.
tomb. Well, we're all up here.
Jeez. Okay, yeah, I guess.
And in fact, what this strongly implies is that open door, there are more dead in processing, and they're all kind of
Yeah.
staring at you through the door.
Oh, yeah, that's unpleasant. That's definitely causing me to use a bit of sortilege as I try to desperately get out of this. So venture of 2 then. Or venture of 1, sorry. But Sarah's right by me. Venture of 2. And I rolled a 6 and a 2.
Okay, you managed to pull free.
Okay.
You are not held anymore. Savion, you've been pulled up through a doorway, but the moths are still around you. What do you do?
Try and get him away.
Okay, you can make another withstand defense
All right.
roll then.
Come on. 5?
Okay, You manage to free yourself from this cloud of moths, and the moths go fluttering back to where they came from.
Inside the mouth of that.
Back into the gas mask of that thing, yes. And Seru, what are you going to do?
We're free.
Yes.
Kinda.
No one is currently being held by anything.
Can I, so as a level 3, I could slow or hinder a creature's movement, but movement is one of the qualities of fire. Could I do the reverse and like enhance her movement? Mm-hmm. So I will do a level 3 spell to just basically double her speed.
Okay.
Cool.
And the duration will be 1 round. Well, I mean, it'll have a depletion.
A depletion, right, of every round. Okay, so you are now magically enhanced with your speed.
Yes.
And you two are in this records room, and
Okay.
you see you're in this enormously long hallway with file cabinets just stretching as far as you can see.
All right. So can you see now?
Yes.
All right. Great.
I spit out some dead moth
So
wings.
is there any sense of we know the name? Is there any sense of how we can find it? Like, is it alphabetical?
It's alphabetical. It's
All
a
right.
very bureaucratic place.
I am going to the alphabet. I'm sorry, I've forgotten the actual.
Tanala.
Tanala. I'm going to the T's, and I'm going to feed upon text as soon as I find it. And I don't care whether I take everyone else out either.
Oh my
Who
god.
brought a Logivore to the records room?
I am going to eat the T's.
It's tea tasty.
All right.
It's tea time, baby.
That's pretty awesome.
And you'll
Did
know
not
all
see
of
that
them,
coming.
too. You can hit them up later for
Right,
favorites.
because
That's right.
then I
You
know
now
I
know
absorb.
all about
Yeah, I am full of dead tea.
Potency.
All right. It's at that point that this is
Yes.
for your benefit.
Oh, God.
This is a GM shift, but it's giving you joy
Yay. Wow.
because Kendon returns.
I was about to say, I thought we found a yeah, okay, Kendra returns.
And she comes up the stairs and she takes off these big voluminous robes that she has so that you can see you can see her fully, and her glasses now have 3.
Okay.
And she takes these big voluminous robes and whatnot, and she kind of unfurls them, and you can see that within the folds of them there is a door.
Oh. Yeah.
And she just says, "I'm always having to get you out of messes."
I go up and I give her a peck on the cheek and I dive through the door.
Okay. Savion, what do you do?
I saw her wiping her mouth at the T's, and I go, "Let's go!" Good, and I actually say, "Good job!" And I run through the door.
Okay.
And Sarah, you're
My
still small.
adversary.
I'm on your leg.
You're
He's
along for
hanging
the
out your
ride.
legs, so
Absolutely.
he's along for the ride. But so there's still the one gas masked figure. Actually, there's 2, but one is collecting their moths. But he is lunging to grab
Yeah,
you
okay.
as you try to get away. He does not want you're too important. You're too important to find to
Yeah.
let you just slip away like that. So you're going to need to make a speed defense. Oh wait, you have the
Prescient defense. Yep, which I have not used because I've been allowing them to.
Which means that he grabs you and misses you.
Yes. Okay.
But it can't be that easy.
No, it can't. That's legit. All right. What of it?
So there are those
Bring
other
it.
figures in processing that look like the other uniformed guys that you had been dealing with before, and 2 of them
Yeah.
lunge out into the stairwell, and as the 2 of you got away. The gas mask guy tried to grab you, but your spell protected you. But the 2 of you are just leaving records as these 2 other guards are coming out. You see Kendon holding this cloth door open, but these guards are both grabbing for you.
Okay.
And they just say stop as they grab at you.
All right, can I say a word? I will say, as it's grabbing at me, I will say to it, Dorita.
It stops.
I run to the door.
Someday we're going to find out what that means.
And the other one grabs at you,
I have prescient defense too.
and you're able to slip by him as well.
Yeah, I make sure that he goes
Yeah.
through first though, because I know he doesn't have it on him. And
Okay.
so if he's in, I'm in.
All right. And Kendon follows you through her makeshift doorway, and you all have gotten out of the Pale Embassy.
Wow, I thought we were all.
And delivered exactly none of our dedagrams.
No?
No, we did. We dropped him in the
Overnight slot.
That's true.
Nope. And you get to see what the inside of Kendon's house looks like, because that's where you ended up.
Yes.
And as befits it, there are mirrors all over the inside of Kendon's house, and they all have numbers that show within the mirror, and they're all different. And some of them are huge. Some of them are like 5,862, and they're just all these numbers. And you got away safely, and your any records of your misdeeds are now forever erased, except in the mind of your friend Inkalia.
Now I
know what
know
that
a
means.
lot now. I cannot wait to sit down and read this.
Process that. Oh gosh.
And that's our session.
Thanks.
That was awesome. Well done,
Also
Monty.
sorry.
Wow. Thanks, Monty.
Thank you. Oh goodness.
Cool. Well, thank you guys very much
That was
for
fun.
joining with us for another crazy session.
Do we do character summaries for this,
Oh,
or yeah?
we're
We're probably pretty short on time.
How about
Yeah,
really,
they're gonna kick
really
us out.
quickly, we do some character summaries. We'll start with Seru.
Well, on my arc of becoming a swordsman, I killed a dead guy. That's interesting. And on the arc of creating my sword, I have probably shot myself in the foot about connecting with Caron, the
You
dead
probably
spirit.
are going to have to find a different sword expert, I think, at this point. Yeah.
Cicatrix.
So I was so stunned by this moment of selflessness that I saw that I felt obligated to do the right thing, and so I took a bunch of actions that I normally would not have taken out of just instant response for someone just doing the right thing and going beyond. So that was pretty cool.
How does that make Inkalia feel when she sees Cicatrix actually being self-sacrificing like that?
Well, beyond stunned, I think I don't know. It was this moment of both great and awesome on one hand, or great and bad. Because on one hand, it was like, oh wow, this person is making progress, but also like, have I made progress? Like, what am I? Like, am I still very bound by these expectations and rules, or am I growing? And I'm not certain yet. I think Kendon is going to be the key to figuring that out.
All right, well, we'll see if that ends up being joy or despair for you then.
And Sarah was very proud of you. That was pretty cool.
It was a lot today for the Cicatrix. I feel pretty heartbroken that my real name it got out. That's really sad. I feel bad that I didn't, it was not my ulterior motive to take you all and solve my past problems, but I'm really, really grateful that I have friends who dove into the fray, more than I necessarily wanted to help me out. So I think my overwhelming feeling about this is joy and shame, and then relief, right? That I can actually maybe escape a bit of my past that's been holding me back, making it harder for me to communicate with my, with Ori, right?
I think that's definitely worth the joy for Cicatrix. Yeah. Savion, what about you?
Well, actually, it's kind of terrible because I had just decided I was going to devote myself to doing good and aid the organization of the Knights of the Name. What's the very first thing I jump in with glee? Doing crime. So I'm glad we got everyone out, but I was shooting at guards and I was happy doing so. I was caging people and feeding on their minds. I feel like I need to reassess completely where I actually think I'm going and maybe make a new choice.
I think that sounds like despair for Savion.
Be magic, do crime.
Yeah.
Go out.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you guys. Thank you,
Thank you,
players.
guys.
You were great players. That was lots
fun.
and lots of fun. Thank you
you so
guys. Had a great time.
Awesome.